Hi friends, Sarah, the owner and maker behind Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are a new viewer, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, big welcome back. I'm glad you guys are here for another episode. I'm going to restart my timer because I accidentally, there we go. I accidentally started recording before my microphone was hooked up. So luckily I only just started recording. All right, I was just saying that we have some nice rain going on right now. We had a decent downpour for not a terribly long amount of time, maybe like 30 minutes at the most, but we should be getting more rain. I'm so grateful because we've gone months without measurable rain right now, and that is brutal for the critters and obviously the vegetables, but especially um, the pasture for our sheep. So really so grateful, and we're supposed to be getting more rain, and it's a little overcast right now, so I do have my ring light going on. So if I look a little bit blinged out compared to the normal, that's why. But yeah, oh, I'm so hopeful we'll be getting more rain. We should be. I'm really excited. I don't think I've been this excited about rain since I was a kid, and it's a totally different reason because we need the rain for our plants and for our animals. So, um, yeah, for the shop update end of things, definitely make sure you're subscribed to the newsletter. There will be one coming out soon, very soon, for the Suffolk bats. It's a beautiful gray Suffolk, and those will be coming to shop soon. So definitely make sure you are subscribed to that newsletter. That way you'll be the first to find out when those are going into the shop. Yeah, so you don't miss out. And make sure my microphone's working. It is. Good. Okay. I feel like I'm always running. Anyway, we will get into talking about all kinds of good things. We'll be talking about knitting. We'll talk a little bit about Tour de Fleece, which is coming up to an end here. When this video goes live, it will be the day before the last day of Tour de Fleece, which is sad, but obviously you can keep spinning for as long as you like. But I really have enjoyed the camaraderie. I've really enjoyed the support from other spinners and seeing all the beautiful creations that people are making, like the yarn, the beautiful wheels, the spindles. Okay, a note on that. I want a support spindle now. I've always thought they were beautiful, but it's just seeing how people are working with them and how portable they are, and just something small that you can do on the side when you're traveling. I just think that sounds wonderful. So I'm really getting sucked into it. So that might be something in my future, maybe a little support spindle. They're much more reasonably priced compared to a wheel, that is for sure. A wheel was quite the investment, and I love my ladybug. She's, like to take her on a trip, I can do that, but she takes up a seat. So that's involved. Anyway, let's get into the works in progress, and then we'll talk about spinning related things. So the first knit that I've been working on quite a bit because I'm trying to get through this for my test knit is the Freyr short sleeve version by Inga of Knitting Traditions. So this is using my hand-dyed yarn, Cranberry colorway, and it's on my 6-ply 100% superwash merino base. Just love it. It's so pretty. It's definitely one of my favorite reds. It's a nice warm red, and I think it'll complement a lot of skin tones. And yeah, this pattern is just beautiful. So I did I think it's considered the crew neck, and then there's this beautiful cabling that goes down the raglan portion, and then it's just going to be a short sleeve. So I just have a little bit of the sleeves to do, not much. And then the body is cabled down the side underneath the arm. So pretty. I'm going to try to block my face so that you guys can see it. It's just beautiful. And then there's tons of beautiful cabling going down the body. It's super light and flowy, has wonderful drape to it, being that it's a 6-ply and it's merino. It's just gorgeous. And it's worsted spun, so it's not woolen spun. The difference between that is, if you're not familiar, woolen spun is your light and fluffy, airy wool. and it's great for sweaters, and it's definitely good if you want like a really warm garment. But if you want a garment that you can wear during the summertime and be very comfortable, I definitely recommend worsted spun. A lot of times sock yarn is considered worsted spun, where it's more slick and sleek, and as you spin, you are smoothing down those fibers. I'm learning so much about this now that I've gotten into spinning a lot more. So yeah, I just absolutely love it. It's a really fun pattern, and I'm really grateful that Inga picked me to be one of her test knitters. So I'm having a lot of fun, and this is going to need to be finished. The soft finish date is the 1st of August. So hopefully I'll have it done by then. I would really love to wear this to Michigan Fiber Festival this year, and yeah, that's the goal. And since that's like the second week of August, I'm pretty sure I should hopefully be able to do that. So I'm really excited. So continuing to work on that one and just slowly making my way through it. Because cabling just takes, it's not as fast as stockinette, of course, but it's cabling without a cable needle. So it's really intuitive once you start getting used to it. Very much enjoying that. And then my other knit that I've been working on, and I say slowly but surely because literally, excuse me, I'm at I have almost 600 stitches now to do one row. So when you think about that, if you're doing 2 rows, that's a lot of stitches. And yeah, there's textures and everything like, and I don't mind that there's that many stitches, but it does make it take a while to get one pass done from one side to the other. So this is the beautiful, oh goodness, my needle almost came off. Oh dear. I'm using my Chogu red lace needles. I love these. They're so nice. They were a splurge item years ago, and I am so grateful that I invested in them. It's huge. I don't know if you could get an idea for the size of this. This is about half of it's folded in half because I'm about halfway through my row, so it's enormous. And this is the Fascination Shawl by Ruby and Rose's Designs, and I am using my Melly Knits Advent from last year. I got her fiber Advent. I was so grateful I was able to snag one, and it is the True North Advent. Absolutely beautiful, and it's using all Canadian wools, or I should say Canadian alpaca. The wool is from each. I think the wool is from each province, but for sure the alpaca is from, like, between the wool and the alpaca, every province in Canada was spoken for. So there's 13, and there's 13 colorways, and it's super fun, and I loved it. I did this for my Advent. I did the spinning, and I didn't get all of the spinning done in time for Advent, but I got most. I mean, it was close. And then obviously my knitting is the continuation of my Advent. So this Advent basically lasted like half a year. That's the experience. So that's a pretty good investment if I do say so myself. Like, they're expensive. Advents are very expensive, but if you can not only get the joy out of spinning and making the yarn itself, you also get to then make a beautiful item that you can wear with it. So this is really pretty, and I love it. I'm working with the Kiviot right now, which is so darn soft. It's just beautiful. Here, I'll show you again what that one looks like. Oh, just gorgeous. So I'm working with that one right now, and it is a contrast portion. So I'm using this, and I am using this other colorway, which is really beautiful as well. It's more of a dark, like a gray mauve almost. It almost looks like a rose color gray or something. Probably considered a rose color alpaca. It's just beautiful. And it's a soft contrast, but it is very visible. I mean, it's just so pretty. So pretty. I just love this textured stitch that's going on right here. And this beautiful lace work. The shawl is so much fun. There's so many different textures, and it is fascinating, as the name, you know, relays. It is the fascination shawl, and it does keep you interested. So if you're looking for something fun and you've been intimidated by doing a large shawl because you think you'll get bored working on it, definitely recommend this pattern. If you're looking for something that has just keeps you going and you just want to do the next portion, it's basically a sampler if you think of it that way. So like a sampler blanket, a sampler cross stitch, quilt, those are usually like each square is a different type of patterning. And so it gives you really decent variety of experience in learning different techniques. And this has some beautiful lace work, there's some cabling, there's just some really unique stitch patterning that I've never done before. And so it's just really fun, but it's not overly complicated to the extent that you can't figure it out. However, I will say I would not say this is a beginner friendly shawl. It is, I think, considered intermediate. I think she has it labeled that way. And I always say, take their advice with a grain of salt, because you have to put their experience in the back of your mind. Now, these are pattern designers, so of course, if they say it's difficult, it probably is pretty difficult. It is considered a complex pattern, is what she put as the difficulty level. So her scale, according to this like pattern, is a four level difficulty out of four. So she put this as one of her most difficult patterns, is what she has it labeled as. I'd say that's probably pretty accurate in the sense that if you don't know how to do certain things, you'd be looking up a lot of things. But that being said, you could totally do that if you're, like if you feel inspired to do so, right? So if you want to learn how to do all of these techniques, if you want to do that and expand your knowledge base, I think it's really worth it. It's a very interesting pattern, and I don't think it gets enough. I don't know the right word here, but like I don't think it's getting enough. Like I can't. The word is not coming to me, but there's just not exposure. That's it, exposure, because when I looked at her pattern, I think there's only been like 6 people that have worked on it and knit it, which I feel like is an absolute shame. It is a beautiful pattern. I'm going to show you the cover again. So mine, you can see a lot more of the texture. Hers, she used a multicolor, and this might be part of, I guess, my one criticism for her pattern. Um, and it's not trying to be negative at all, but so this is beautiful. Her yarn is beautiful, and it is really gorgeous. The thing is, in the imagery, you really don't get to appreciate all the beautiful textures and techniques that are going on by looking at her imagery of her shawl, because it's a beautifully speckled yarn. There's lots going on. I've talked about this in a prior video when it comes to um, recommendations for different bases, like if you use speckled yarn, semi-solid, things like that, or tonal yarns. Um, I personally, this is just my opinion, but like I personally don't recommend doing highly textured lace work, highly textured, just visually textured stitches with speckled yarn. And this is a heavily speckled yarn. I think what Addie, so Addie is Addison. She's the designer. I think what her goal was with this, from my understanding from what she said about it and things of that nature, I think it was more that she really wanted to experience these different techniques and to keep her going to create this beautiful shawl. But she didn't necessarily want, like, it's visually doesn't need to be seen. That's kind of, I think, what, against just my opinion, but I think that's what her reasoning behind the textures were. It was to keep her interested to create a beautiful, massive shawl. I I want to showcase those beautiful stitches, and I want to showcase the beautiful colorways, and so that's why I thought it worked beautifully. I mean, I think it did, for this like sampler with all these different colors from this advent. It's designed, like I said, for 2 colorways. There's a contrast and the main colorway, and then like there's all so I just kept going. Like I literally took one color, kept knitting, went to another. If you look closely, you'd be able to see that certain areas, like I go from one textured stitch into like the bobbles. So the bobble are its own section. And then I went into this textured area, but I'm using the same colorway. So it's not like I divided the colorway based on each section. I just kept going. I wanted to use every ounce of the yarn, and that's what I've done so far. I have used every ounce of every colorway, which is really fun and feels really good to do. And I just hope that I don't run out before the end, but then I kind of do. I want every ounce of this wool in here. And so I do have some beautiful hand spun that is a light gray that I'll probably use for the border if I need to, and that'll be fine. It's CVM. It's beautiful, very soft, and it's similar gauge. So I think it will be fine. It's kind of between like fingering DK is I think what or sport fingering sport weight. I think is kind of where I landed with my spinning. Um, yeah, but I love it. So I definitely recommend this pattern. As I mentioned, it doesn't get enough exposure, and I really think that it's quite the beautiful pattern. So there you have it. And I definitely think doing a solid color might be better if you want to capture the texture of your stitches. But if you want just a beautiful speckled colorway shown, and I don't say just, but if you want that showcased, by all means do so. And it does a beautiful job. I mean, she's got it there, and it is quite beautiful. With that being said, you really can't appreciate the textured stitches. So that is the one project that I've been working on a bit on my lunch breaks primarily. So not much at all. I think I've got maybe 4 rows in the past 3 days or 4 days. So yeah, as I mentioned, like 600 stitches. So it takes a bit. All right. I'm trying to think what else here. Okay, spinning related. So Tour de Fleece, as I mentioned, I think we are on day 20. Is it day 20? It's either 19 or 20. I'm really bad at keeping track of the days. I think it's day 20. Good grief. I've been trying to be really good about posting my spinning each day, but yesterday I think I dropped the ball, and like the 2 days before, like 2 days ago, I dropped the ball again. I haven't made a lot of progress visually, so I just haven't documented it. However, I have hit my goal, you guys. So my goal was to spin for at least 15 minutes a day, and I'm really grateful I've been able to do that. At least 15 minutes, if not a little bit longer. And it feels really good to have accomplished that. And I'm still going because it's not done until Sunday, but it's nice to see progress. Have I spun as much as so many other people have? No. But have I spun more than I normally do? Yes. And that was my goal. So I already showed you guys this one from last week. This is the beautiful 75% Romney, 20% alpaca, and 5% silk from Lazy Dog Fiberworks. And just beautiful. So that's my first skein that I spun up. And then the second one, I want to say about 3/4 through. So I've spun. This is my first bobbin. This is half of my braid. This is wool from deep dyed yarns, and then I blended it into roll lags. It's a merino, and then I blended it into roll lags with some Romney, and it's created this really beautiful. So that's where that like the grays are coming from. That gray color is the Romney, and it's just making it a little more durable because straight merino is just not super durable. They're short little fibers, and there's going to be a lot of wear going on. Hopefully you can see it's going to be so pretty. And my goal is to actually ply these all up by Sunday. I think I can do it. I really do. I honestly think I can start another spin. I really do. Because, like I mentioned, I only have a bit left, and that is on the other bobbin. This is my first one. The second bobbin is currently being filled, and I just have, I think, 5 more roll lags to spin, which usually I only get like 1.5 done a night. So I feel like because tomorrow I have my Multifarious Nature day, so I think that I will be able to get more spinning in, and then the weekend I always get more spinning. So I really, really hope that I can at least finish this spin and ply it up. and then actually, so I'll be doing a 2-ply, and then washing and um, setting it basically. So I really hope I can, and I hope I can start another spin. Um, what am I going to spin next? That's what I'm wondering. So I think what I told myself was I didn't want to spin from the same dyer or maker for everything, because I really want to get good variety. And I did order a bunch of things from a couple years ago from Deep Dyed Yarns. She has so many beautiful yarns, but I want to do some variety. So I have that Merino blend, and then I have my Lazy Dog Fiberworks, and then I want to do this one next. I'm pretty sure this is the one I'm going to do. I also want to do some Shetland. I am not going to lie. I would like to spin some Shetland. So I'm at a bit of a crossroad. I may or may not do First Dark. It is a Rambouillet top, which is absolutely beautiful. However, if I'm being brutally honest, I think I might actually spin some of Amanita's beautiful Shetland wool, because I have been wanting to spin more of her wool. I've done little samples, but I really would like to spin the chunk that I have like separated here. And yeah, I would really like to do that. So I think that's what I'm going to start doing next, is some beautiful Amanita wool. And then the rest of the Shetlands eventually. I will make my way through them slowly but surely. But oh, do you hear that? You probably don't hear that. The thunder. Oh, it's wonderful. The rain just keeps coming, and I am so excited. You guys getting rain by you? Have you gotten rain? Do you have beautiful green lawns? I'd love to know. Our lawn looks crisp. It hasn't been cut since May, I don't think. I don't think we've had to cut it really, because, well, you know what? I take that back. I think we cut it once, and that was kind of dangerous because all that was growing was weeds, and the grass was just dead. So you have to be careful when the grass is all dry. That can be a hazard. So yeah, but mm, beautiful out there. Anyway, yeah, are any of you guys doing Tour de Fleece? Are you doing any spinning? Do you have a spinning wheel? Are you a support spindler? Are you a drop spindler? I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what you're up to and how your spins are going. If you are spinning, um, let me know how you've done, or maybe if you've hit your goals. That's actually probably the biggest thing to me, is whether I hit my goal. Initially, I like took a photo of all this wonderful wool I wanted to spin, and I knew it because I'm like, there's just no way. Me personally being able to get through it, just because I don't have the time to invest in that. But I'm grateful that I allowed myself 15 minutes each day to do it, because it is very relaxing. It is meditative, and it's a different, it's a different process versus knitting all the time. I love knitting. I love it so much. I could knit for hours on end. However, my body doesn't love that all the time. So spinning was a nice variation. It was something nice to change it up. And that's again why I'm curious and interested in um, supported spindle, because I've heard it's extremely kind to your body. It's not hard on your body. And so having another variation again that I can do, um, where if I do some sitting at a wheel and spinning for a while, that I can then change it up and start doing some spindle spinning. I saw a bunch of people doing that, and I can see why that's probably a good idea, because it's really a lot kinder on your body to change things up, to change your positioning. I've been trying to do stretches while I'm doing it. I hope you guys are too. And if you're knitting or doing any craft, any making, I hope that you do. And this is me talking to myself as well. Like, I hope you take time to stretch and, like change position, change your posture, because it's so hard on our bodies to sit the same way all the time. And I am definitely, yeah, I'm definitely someone who has done that, and it hurts. It just hurts a lot when you don't listen to your body. So anyway, that's me preaching to myself and you. So I guess that's the kind of stash dashes end of things. That being said, I was curious. I wanted to pose the question: have any of you guys, if you are into spinning or has watching or seeing people doing and participating in Tour de Fleece, has that inspired you to take on spinning at all? I'm curious. I'm really curious. I know I did not start spinning because of Tour de Fleece, but I did join in because I was watching it the past couple years, like seeing videos people post and things on Instagram primarily. And it really influenced me into wanting to join, like to try that. And I'm really glad I did this year. I'm really, really glad. It was so much fun. Um, I did, like I said, Melly Knits Stash Dashers. I joined that, and that was a blast. I would love to do that again next year. I hope Melly will do it again. She definitely seems to be invested in doing this each year, and I'm so incredibly grateful that she does because it's so much fun. She has such a wonderful spirit about her, and she's so supportive. And yeah, I love it. I love my Cabana group, Cabana 19. I love my group. They're wonderful folks, and seeing everything that they're making and what they're up to, all their beautiful support spindling. There's some support spindles, and yes, we are definitely a bit of enablers. But it's okay. I think it's a good thing to have people that support your passions, and that's really what it is. So I think that's wonderful. And I love seeing that even like Melissa of Melly Knits found a beautiful wheel. That was, I think, I don't know if that was why she went on her trip or part of the trip, but she picked up a beautiful wheel, and it's really fun. It's really fun. So, anyway, if you're interested in joining those things next year, you can try to join. It's free. You just have to sign up and make a goal for yourself. You don't have to share your goal with anybody, but I mean, why not? It's motivating. Some people have very lofty goals. I know Melissa of Melly Knits, hers is to spend 100 kilograms, uh, which is, or a thousand kilograms. Is that what it was? A lot of wool. That's what it was. And she's really cruising. She is cruising. So, but she really invests her time into spinning. Like she processes wool as well, of course, but she really takes a lot more time to do the spinning during this time, and she doesn't really spin a lot otherwise. What my gathering she had mentioned. So it's just really fun. It's a lot of fun, and I think you should totally join next year. And you should probably join Stash Dashers just because it's a lot of fun. And there's like she does the every day she shares what people have posted and tagged her in and they're spinning and everything, and it's just really fun. So each day I've been posting, and like maybe it's one more little bit of color that has been spun, so it's hardly anything, but really there's so much time that went into that, so it is worth talking about. So I really need to be better about it. So even if I've only spun like one row lag, I should show that. So because it is progress. No matter what, it is progress. All right, I think I need to wrap things up here. So yeah, life update, like I mentioned, lack of rain, been watering a lot. Having to water the gardens. We really only focused on the gardens. We gave up on the grass long ago. It was just like, that's not going to happen. Um, but we have a beautiful pumpkin patch started, which I'm really excited. The sheep love pumpkins, so we have pumpkins growing. We have the veggie garden. I picked our first two zucchini. I'm super excited. I love zucchini, and it's just really rewarding to pick vegetables from the garden you've been tending and taking care of, and it's just really cool. So I hope you guys have a little garden, even if it's like little window boxes or something, or little pots on your porch, or like in a window. It's one of those things that I'm so grateful we now have a like raised bed garden. But even like I remember our old house, we really didn't have a space for like a veggie garden, but I did have little planter boxes with like strawberries in it. So just one of those things, like if you could do something, it's incredibly rewarding, and there's nothing like fresh vegetables from your garden. I don't know how else to say it. I have I have had it's like a farmer's market, but when you've actually grown it, there's so much more to that, right? It's so rewarding. You know what went into growing that, and you really appreciate it. So I think that's it. I think that's it. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I look forward to chatting with you soon. Take care.